Om Namo Venkatesaya. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavathanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashanteye Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanideye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Tismarana Matrena Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchate Namastasmi Vishnave Prabha Vishnave Lakshmi Nata Samarambam Nate Amana Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Partaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Namo Venkatesaya. My pranams to everybody. So we have been discussing chapter 8 of Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagavan is talking about how leaving this body, thinking about him, will ultimately reach his abode. That's what Bhagavan is saying. So is again thing another thing which Bhagavan said is, having reached me, the place is Sukhalim. That means the place is full of joy, and Shashvatam, that means it is permanent. Whereas this Loka is Dukhalim, that means the place of sorrow. Ashashvatam, it is also not permanent place, and therefore think about me, and then leave the body at the time of death. Thinking about me, leaving the body, the person reaches me ultimately. That's what Bhagavan says. Let's move on to Sloka number 16.
Namaste Guruji. Bhuvana lokaha punaravartinorjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate.
So Bhagavan is saying, only reaching him, other than reaching him, no other place there is, no other place will give you this napunarjam. That means you'll have to keep coming into this world again and again, this entire 14 lokas. So he's saying, Abrahma Bhuvana Lokaha. That means starting from Brahma Lokam. Brahma Lokam is the Satya Lokam. Bhagavan, the Brahma stays in Satya Lokam, starting from Satya Lokam. These 14 lokas. Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha, Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. So these are the 7 lokas. The lokas below are Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala. So 7 plus 7, 14 lokas. Starting from the Satya Loka of Brahma. Brahma Bhuvana Lokaha. So that means the entire 14 lokas, Punaravartinaha, that means they have got to come back again and again. If a person goes to any of these 14 lokas, including the Indra Loka. Indra Loka is the 3rd Loka. Bhur Loka, Bhor Loka, Svar Loka. And then the 7th Loka is Brahma Loka. Even a person reaches the Brahma Loka, that means he's saying even Brahma has got Punaravarti. That means he may have to be born again, unless at that time when he says Brahma is doing this devotion, surrendering to the Bhagavan. Otherwise, then even Brahma has got to come back to this world. That's what he's saying. Abrahma Bhuvana Lokaha Punaha Avartinaha Arjuna. That means they have got to come back to this world again. That means this samsara chakra will be there. The entire whoever is born in these 14 lokas, they will have the samsara loka. Mam upetyatu kaunte, O Kunti's son Arjuna, Mam upetyatu. That means a person who has reached me. Reached means is Vaikuntham, that is beyond these 14 lokas. Punar Janmana Vidyate. That person is never born again. So that means only so the objective of all of us should be to reach Bhagavan. Once you reach Bhagavan, there is no question of coming back into this world. As long as we have other desires, or even going to Brahma Loka, but the Loka of the Brahma, which is the Satya Loka, or Indra Loka, or whatever Lokas, or for that matter, Sutala. Sutala is the Loka where, this Mahabali is currently reigning in this world, Sutala Loka, which is also said to be almost like Indra Loka. So that's what it is. So any of these 14 Lokas you go, you will have to come back to you'll have to go through the samsara chakra. You'll have to keep, this samsara birth and death cycle will have to be gone through. Only a person who reaches me, that person there is no question of coming back into this world. He reaches my loka. That's what the Bhagavan is talking about. So we are giving the importance of reaching me. That's what Bhagavan is trying to say. Once you reach me, there is no question of coming back. So please think about that. That's what he's saying. Sloka number 17.
Sahasrayuga paryantam aharyad brahmano viduhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam tehuratra vido janaha.
Now he is talking about the Brahma Lokam. He's talked about Brahma Lokam, Satya Lokam, Brahma's lifespan. That's what he's talking. So what he's saying is Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Ahaha Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Ahaha Yat Brahmanaha Vidu. That means The Brahma's day, one day is equivalent to 1,000 Chatur Yugas. 1,000, the Sahasra Yuga. The one Chatur Yuga is one Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. So in equivalent of our terms, it is one Chatur Yuga is equivalent to 4.32 million years as per our year calculations, because the time also differs. If it 1 year of ours is equal to 1 day of this Swargaloka. So 1 day of Brahma is equal to 1 Chatur Yugas, 1,000 Chatur Yugas. 1 Chatur Yuga is 4.32 million. If you multiply by 1,000, that is 1 day of Brahma. That means 4.32 billion years. 432 crores of years is 1 day of Brahma. Again, he's saying 1 day of Ratri. That means similarly, one night of Brahma is also 1,000 Chatur Yugas. That means Brahma also, like us, once the day is over, he also goes to sleep. That night, 1 night of Brahma is equivalent to 1,000 Chatur Yugas. That means 4.32 billion years. So this is what it is. The reason being, some people may aspire for, no, let me go to Swargaloka, I want to enjoy for some time. I can always, then I can think of, moksha. The point is, once you go to these various lokas, the time duration is quite large over there. So you may be spending, thousands and millions of years as per the human, this is year calculations. So therefore, you'll get into this kind of a chakra, and therefore you are postponing your decision of reaching the moksha, maybe my thousands and millions of years. That's what Bhagavan is trying to communicate here. The 1 day of Brahma is 1,000 Chatur Yugas, and 1 night of Brahma is also 1,000 Chatur Yugas. Sloka number 18.
अव्यक्ताद्व्यक्तयः सर्वाः प्रभवन्त्यः रागमे रात्र्यागमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्रैवाव्यक्त्यसंज्ञके.
So what happens to all these jivatmas in this loka? No, according to our shastras, when Brahma goes to sleep, that is the 1,000 Chatur Yugas of time, the 3 lokas, Bhur Loka, Bhuvar Loka, Suvar Loka, these go into what we call this Naimitika Pralaya. That means it is not total Pralaya. That is, the entire 14 lokas don't go into this Pralaya. Only these 3 lokas, Bhur Loka, Bhuvar Loka, Suvar Loka. So that means for 4.32 billion years, all of us will go into unmanifest form. Unmanifest form means there won't be any body, and only that the subtle bodies will exist, and that of Bhagavan protects them. So Bhagavan is the person, everybody goes into the Bhagavan's body, all of us in an unmanifest form. That's what he's saying. Avyaktat Vyakta. That means from that is when the creation takes place, they came from this unmanifest to manifest. Then at the right time, the night time, Ratri Agami, when the night of the Brahma happens, all of us go from Vyakta to Avyakta. That means we have got this physical body, we are all in a differentiated form. Each one of us knows, each one of us is different from other. So from this state, we go into the unmanifest. That means the entire bodies will completely perish. And only the subtle body, that is the body, mind, and intellect, along with the jivatma and the karmas and vasanas, all those things will remain there. So that is, we remain in that state, kind of a vegetative state, or that is without any movement, etc., for 1,000 Chatur Yuga. That means 4.32 billion years. So Bhagavan is giving all these calculations because once you lose the chance, we'll have to spend so many years. So when the Brahma nights, fortunately for us now, when you do the sankalpa, this Vaivashvata Manvantari, that what do you call this? Svetavaraha Kalpe. So this is this day, each day of Brahma is also called by a name. So one Kalpam is 1 day of Brahma, that is Chaturikam. So this Kalpa is called as Svetavaraha Kalpe. That means the white boar, Bhagavan's avatar is white boar. So that is, this name of this Kalpa is called this Svetavaraha Kalpe, Vaivasvata Manvantare, Ashtavimshatime Kaliyuge. That means we are in the current 7th Manvantara stage. 7th Manvantara stage is almost midday of Brahma. So midday of Brahma means almost the 2.16 billion years have passed already. So another 2.16 billion years are there for the Brahma's day to conclude. Not the Brahma's life, Brahma's day. Today's is this day of Brahma to conclude, it is another 2.16 billion years. This is what Vaivasvata Manvantari. So once you lose the chance, then you get into this kind of unmanifest stage. In unmanifest, nothing can be done. We have got to remain in this state for about so many years. Then again, when the creation takes place, then Bhagavan gives us body, and then again we'll have to start working towards that. So now that we have got the opportunity, you start working towards the spiritual evolution, and then try to reach my abode, which will be permanent. That's what Bhagavan is trying to say. That is, when the day of Brahma comes, all this avyaktat vyakta, that means all this from this unmanifest to manifest, that is from the subtle body, he gets the gross body and starts working in this world. So when the night time of Brahma comes, then all this vyaktat to avyakta, that means they also get into from this gross body to the subtle body. Subtle body alone remains at that point of time. So let's move on to sloka number 90.
भूतग्रामस्य एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्र्यागमे वशः पार्थ प्रभवत्यहरागमे.
So again and again, bhuta gramaha. That means all this grama means collection. Bhuta means collection of all these jivatmas. All the jivatmas, collection of all these jivatmas. Eva ayam bhutva bhuta. They keep on taking this birth again and again. They come into this world, spend some time, accumulate some karmas, go to different lokas, this naraka, swarga, again come back to this world. Again keep on doing this bhutva, evam bhutva bhutva again and again. This during the day of Brahma. Ratro game vasha. That means when the night of the Brahma comes, avashaha. That means without their own control, they have no choice. Partha prabhavati aharagame. That means again when they're completely annihilated, and then they also go into, that means this body is annihilated, physical body, and again they go into the subtle form and remain in that the subtle form till the night of the Brahma concludes. That's what he's saying. So that's what. Again, same the thought that we spoke about in the previous sloka again is saying that the day of Brahma comes, the jivatmas come into this world with the physical form, and then they keep on doing it again and again. They are born again, they die, they again born again. This kind of a cycle goes. At the time of when the night of Brahma comes, all these jivatmas get into this that is the subtle form, and they remain as mute vegetative form for that 4.32 billion years of Brahma. Sloka number 20.
परस्तस्मात्तु भावोऽन्यः अव्यक्तो व्यक्तात् सनातनः यस्य सर्वेषु भूतेषु नश्यत्सु न विनश्यति.
So he is talking about his abode. So that means there is another parataha. That is paraha means beyond that paraha tasmat. So tasmat means whatever he spoke about this, till up to this 14 lokas. Beyond that is what bhavaha. That is another form which is avyayaha avyakta vyaktat sanatana. That means it is very ancient and it is beyond this, this manifested and unmanifested condition of this world. It is beyond the Brahma sloka. So beyond the Brahma sloka, there is another unmanifest stage which is beyond this Brahma sloka, manifest and unmanifest. Yasa sarveshu bhuteshu. So even when a person reaches that abode, then even if these worlds are created or destroyed, nothing happens to this world. That means, in fact, that's what this Purusha Suktam, Padosya Vishva Bhutani Tripadasya Mridam. That means the 1/4 of this world, this Bhagavan, through 1/4 of his Mahima, this entire 14 lokas are being controlled. And beyond that, the 3/4 of that, Bhagavan manifests as this unmanifest or manifest loka. And then anybody who reaches that particular that loka, he never comes by. There is no, even when the world is created or destroyed, nothing happens to me. It's beyond that. That's what he's saying. That is, he's talking about the supreme nature of his loka, which is his Vaikuntham, and then which is also beyond this this Brahma's day and night. So it is beyond Brahma's day and night, and that is the loka. So that's what you have got to reach this, because you are, unless you reach that place, you will keep on coming again and again in this world, and then again you will remain in an unmanifest form for about billions of years when Brahma goes to sleep, and in the Naimatika Pralaya, you got to remain in that unmanifest state. That's what Bhagavan is trying to say. So we will continue our discussion tomorrow. Vasudevasutam devam kamsachanooramardhanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpnamastu. Krishna 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 Krishna.